Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and welcome back to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever. Today, we're going to be continuing our trend of 2v2 matchmaker games, and I was informed last time that I got one of the names wrong. Herzer98 is actually Banana Whale. And for that, this game's just going to be me criticizing Herzer98. Either way, we are into a game on Desert Arena, and we are going to be watching one of these 2v2s, of course. And let's go ahead and start introducing our first team up here on the top half of the map. We have Milk Ratchet, a red Seraphim, going first land, and his ally, a yellow UEF, going first land by the name of Toast369. And he is a 1100 rated player. Well, Jesus, can't speak. He's an 1100 rated player, whereas his ally, Milk Ratchet, I don't know how to say that. Milk Ratchet is what I'm going to go with, and he is a 1300 rated player, as this intro is completely flubbering up. Either way, down here, we have our first Team 2 player by the name of Zave. He is a gray Seraphim going first land. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Banana Whale, otherwise known as that fuckface troll boy. Either way, Banana Whale is going to be in my Discord laughing his ass off the entire time he's watching this. Banana Whale, why are you going land? Don't you know the meta is like first air? God. Fucking, what year is it? You're still building T1 engineers first? Everybody knows that you immediately build an air factory, you don't build any power, you don't build any mexes, and you build a goddamn bomber. And you stall until that motherfucker's out. Oh god, now I'm gonna cough because of course I'm going to cough. Either way, thank you all for joining me today, you beautiful people. And we're gonna just be seeing how this goes on, and I'm gonna be throwing shade at Banana Whale for being a banana whale. So, as I said, these players, the matchmaker, I will admit, has been getting a little bit better with balance. As we are looking at the balance levels, we can see a 1700 rating for Herzer99 or Banana Whale, and 1000 rating for Zave. This is a much closer, and it's 88%. We didn't see a match over 90% with a team matchmaker from any of the replays I saw. The next replay up is going to be very well balanced, and I think the matchmaker is getting worked out a lot better now. We can see the comm of Zave has managed to come all the way up here to its expansion. This is probably a starting position. This looks like a free-for-all map, and he's starting to take that. He's going to throw up some factories. The comm of Milk Ratchet is coming to contest over here, which will be interesting, whereas Banana Whale has decided to sit in his base and, you know, queue up 1,000 land factories with no goddamn way of paying for it. You're like the U.S. government over here. Oh yeah, we're just gonna keep throwing money at shit we don't need. But you know what? Whatever. We'll just let him do his thing over here in his fucking La La Land, lying about his name, saying he's a negative 200 rated player on the ladder while he's fucking 1800 rated player on the ladder. So yeah, fuck you, Banana Whale. I love you, bro. Thank you for joining the Discord. Join the Discord if you want to troll me some more and change your name on FAF and then make me do something wrong. Either way, Milk Ratchet and Zave are over here just firing at each other and, you know, doing explosion comm things. Zave is actually falling quite low on health points. Bit of a precarious situation. Where are all of his units? He has one tank coming, so this one tank is going to be absolute hero tank, and I fully believe that with all of my heart. Either way, Zave is trying to run away now, but this seems like a very hard to recover from situation. Milk Ratchet going all in on this possible comm snipe. I don't know if this is a proper strategy, though, because the main base of Zave is still perfectly fine, and that's just going to go immediately over to Herzer99 if he does die. So it might be a tactic to just push him back and not quite kill him yet. It depends on how you look at the strategies of how full share works. If you think that, oh, well, never give the highest rated player more stuff, then you might just think of it as, okay, all I need to do is just suppress their economy and kill off economic structures, which is always a good plan. And we can see over here, Herzer99 sending his comm forward because, you know, he doesn't know how to play the game. God damn. Yeah, look at this man. He has his comm in front of his units. Who the hell does that? It's 2021. Wait, earlier did I say it's 2020? Oh god, fuck, it's already the next year. It's 2021. Who the hell in 2021 is still using their comm to kill units? We all know that's inefficient. Haven't you seen Dual Gap, the most played map ever? Comms never kill units. They just go to the front, build T2 engineering suite, and make fire bases. That's the new meta of the game, since that's the most played map in this game. So yeah, and we can see that Milk Ratchet, I'm saying Milkshake for some reason, probably because there's a guy with his name spelled like this called Milkshake in my Discord server. Go join in my Discord server. Did I mention I have a Discord server? Go join it. Either way, he's over here just destroying things. I was going to look at Reclaim earlier, and I actually swapped it over to Reclaim. Reclaim numbers are a little bit irrelevant, but Zave is going to die, everybody. This is a dead Zave. This is what he looks like. He's a walking corpse. But you know what? That's okay. Really? Really? Just to prove me wrong, you're going to live on sub 30 HP. Alright. 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 You walk out of here. Prove me wrong. I can't be right about anything nowadays. But... God, this cast is a fucking disaster. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Either way, we can see that our good friend Banana Whale over here, the lovely man that he is still over here doing that stupid 2020 strat of using his comm to kill units. So inefficient. Either way, don't take anything I'm saying about Banana Whale seriously. Milk Ratchet has actually done quite an amazing job of pushing Zave all the way back here. He's getting a huge advantage for his team. Whereas we can also see on the other side that Banana Whale is admittedly getting quite the little advantage for himself. He's taken over about half the map, and it looks like he might be able to very soon push into the main base of Toast369, who has been criminally underappreciated. Also, I'm still on Reclaim. Somebody in the comments is going to be like, you forgot the Reclaim numbers. This game is particularly short, so I don't care. But either way, you saw the Reclaim numbers. If we look at total mass, we can see that Milk Ratchet is just destroying it over here at 31 mass a second. I thought it was higher. Versus 33 for our good friend Banana Whale. And Toast is sitting at 29. And Zave is short stacking at 17. So yeah, that's what we're looking at currently. We can see some bombers out from Banana Whale trying to help this out. He also has half of his spam going down to that direction now. We see a few units out from Milk Ratchet trying to create a beachhead here in the middle to possibly assault the main base of Banana Whale, but he has so many land factories, I don't think he cares. There was an upgrade apparently on the way for Banana Whale, but you know what? He canceled it because he's a smooth brain. Either way, don't worry about that. He's just over here trolling. We don't need to worry about that half of the map. It's not really that important. What's really going on here is we're watching the genius of Milk Ratchet come out right now. He is just over here doing everything right. He's using the 2021 gameplay style where he kills units with his comm, which is the correct way to play the game, but as long as your name is not Banana Whale. Oh, holy shit. Okay, I have to let the cat out of the bag. I'm gonna put a screenshot of Discord on the screen right now. This is a joke. This first cast is a joke. That's why we're getting a second cast today. But this first cast, I told him he better submit more replays so I can just shit on him the entire match. This match was never about being an actual cast. This match was about revenge. I'm called the evil overlord in my Discord for a reason. I am a vindictive god in this land. Oh my god. Fucking beautiful. Either way, Milk Ratchet is actually putting on a banger of a game, making this kind of interesting as he's really putting Banana Whale in a tough position and Zave in an even tougher position. I don't think Zave has seen more than 5,000 HP on his comm for about 7 out of the 9 minutes in this game. So that's impressive. He's going to get this T1 PD, and that's going to do so much. He's going to get like 5 kills. Oh, it still doesn't have one. Either way, we're going to go ahead and check in on Banana Whale, whose units are kind of dissipating now that he's fighting on 2 fronts. But admittedly, he's fighting on 2 fronts really well. Like, he's really pulling off this 2-front war. He's doing it a lot better than Germany in the 40s. Or Germany in the 10s, technically. Isn't that the 10s? 1900s, early 1900s. Just Germany during, or wait. Yeah, Germany during the 1900s, they didn't do quite so well at the 2-front war. But honestly, who could blame them? When Russia's involved, you know you're gonna lose, unless you're Japan, apparently. Fun fact: there was a war between Japan and Russia that people apparently don't know very much about, but Japan won, and won really hard using Navy. Right before World War I, or maybe right before World War II. I don't know. I'm talking about fucking history, naval history to be exact. Yeah, and they would have had to win the war, because up until they lost World War II, they hadn't lost a war in almost a century, or maybe a century. Japan was really good at fighting, and now they got nuked, and they're really good at drawing anime. they're just really good at anime. That's what Japan's known for, don't you know? Anime and other stuff, I'm sure. Technology, robots, you know, AI. We all know Japan's gonna make killer robots one day. We're all just waiting for it. Man, I am just attacking nationalities at this point. Let's get back to Banana Whale. Banana Whale, why the fuck are you still up here? Don't you know that Milk Ratchet's coming in hot and he's going to spit some fire on your ass? He's over here. Milk Ratchet's a little known rapper. His name is Lil Milky. Fucking Lil Milky. He's about to come over here and spit some hot fire on my man Banana Whale. Oh god. So the game has somehow stabilized with basically even map control after that absolute pounding that Zave took, and Zave now has a decent sized T1 army. Of course, he's probably behind because everybody else is probably about to transition to T2. I wouldn't be surprised if we already see a T2 land HQ under production. Probably not one finished quite yet. We do actually have a T2 land HQ out from Toast 369, who, as I said, was underrepresented. But now the man making a stalwart defense against Banana Whale, or hers are 99, but Banana Whale. He's a whale of a banana. And yeah, he made a pretty stalwart defense. Like, he held really well right here against a player who's much higher rated than him. Which, I mean, I know rating isn't everything. It's just internet points, and anybody can win on any given day with enough luck, or if they just get good randomly. But still, you do have to take rating into account. It is a legitimate way to scale how good players are. Man, okay, I'm gonna go back to my cinematic looking at the game. We're just gonna look at this cinematically. Even at T1, also, we can see Ilshiva's coming in the background. That could be very dangerous. It does look like Team 1's concerted effort is making sure that Banana Whale loses. And honestly, I am behind this initiative. Banana Whale losing is quite possibly the best thing that could happen in this match. Because I told him to send me replays so I could talk shit about him. And if he sent me a win, god damn it, this fucking troll. He's a goddamn troll. Never trust Banana Whale. Oh, he mismicroed. You mismicroed, you motherfucker. You gave a fucking reclaim command instead of a move command. Who does that? Alright, let's go ahead and look at reclaim numbers. Oh, Jesus. So we can see here that Banana Whale is playing the meta of the 2v2 matchmaker wrong. He killed off a player. He should know that it's full share. He should know that Milk Ratchet, my man Milk Ratchet, about to come here, spit some hot fire with his Ilshivas, and now he's going to have more economy behind it to build more Ilshivas, and this is just going to snowball out of control. You cannot stop my man Milk Ratchet. He's gonna avenge his buddy. He's gonna avenge his buddy Toast. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Banana Whale. Who the fuck do you think you are coming into my Discord? You know I'm gonna talk shit about you in this cast. What do you do? What do you do? You use Control K to get the final kill in the match. You send in a goddamn win? Who the fuck do you think you are? I love you, and I'm glad you're in the Discord, and that desync doesn't fucking matter. Don't give me a goddamn notification about it. Either way, this is disgraceful, man. Over here, and by the way, yes, Banana Whale or Herzer99 submitted this, and go and shame him, but also tell him he's awesome for being a part of my community. Seriously, this was just all a joke. I'm not actually upset with him, and I'm just giving him shit for for making me call Disaster Banana Whale for like an hour. Either way, we're going to be getting into the second game. That's going to be more of an actual cast, and I hope I didn't lose my entire audience by making this vindictive cast here, but it needs to be in the front because I know Banana Whale has a short attention span. I don't know if he even made it all the way through this one. Banana Whale, I love you, man. Keep sending me replays. Seriously. Either way, that was actually a pretty good match. He didn't send me a shitter match, but he did send me a match where he was the hero. So, like, we all know that his self-esteem's low at the moment. Okay. Future Willow. Go. Future editor Willow. Make sure you add the goddamn Discord picture. Add it again here. Let's just let it sink in. Just let it... Make it shake. Alright, cool. It's shaking. Alright, we're going to shake and bake and shake on our way over to the second match of the game. But before we do that, I want to say thank you to my patron, Timothy Calderwood, for subscribing at the $10 a month tier over on Patreon. See you in the next episode. Or not episode, next cast. God, mega casts are hard. I don't know how to do these fucking transitions. Alright, you beautiful people, we're back into FAF, where we are going to be casting the second of our two team games today. Of course, they are 2v2 as well, so there's a lot of twos. There's 4 I counted right there. I'm sure you can find more. Either way, let's go ahead and start introducing our players. We have Team 1 up here at the top and Team 2 down here at the bottom. And we're going to start with the left and go clockwise. Top left going clockwise. We have our first player, a yellow Seraphim by the name of Jonas227, and he is, of course, going first land. As we can see, the land factory right there. And then over to his east, we have a red Cybran going first land by the name of Rowie. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure they're all close enough. But yeah, Rowie is there. Continuing on our clockwise position thingamajigger, we have a gray UEF by the name of Amygdala, you know, part of the cell, and his strategy is going to be first land. And our last but most certainly not least player, we have Dragon 101, and he is a blue UEF going first land, and here we are with him. The match is, of course, a Seraphim and Cybran versus a UEF and a UEF. So that's just how the races play out. Let's go ahead and look at the game balance as we always do with these. We have 98%, which is one of the best balanced games I've seen from the Team Matchmaker, and the recent replays I've been getting have all been above 90%, so they've been relatively balanced. And that is pretty good, honestly. Let's go ahead and look at the ratings of players. For Team 1, we have a 1449 and an 1120, which is, if you add it up, if you were to take the way that global rank is done in custom games, this would be a 1400, just barely, almost a 1500, and a 1100. Whereas over here on the other side, we have a 1023 and a 1505. Which these rounded, of course, would be 1,000 and 1,500. So if this was a custom game, this would how it would probably be balanced, which is really cool to see the Team Matchmaker being so finesse-oriented, doing it well. I am very happy to see that. We are, of course, on the map Desert Crisis. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And what this map does, unlike every other map, is they just throw reclaim everywhere. I'm kidding. Most maps do this, but there's literally reclaim everywhere. Did it just stutter whenever I did that? Okay, whatever. I thought the game stuttered whenever I did that. We can see some Selens coming out, as well as some tanks, possibly. trying to harass. We do have a tank over here on the western flank trying to make its way around for Dragoon. When we look at the map a little bit more in depth, we have a few areas where it's very interesting how they're built. We of course have over here, both sides have this plateau that kind of overlooks the main base, so you could set up some long range artillery or just set up some PD and try and stop any spam coming out of the base. And then of course that's over here, but both sides also have this very interesting land formation where you don't have access to it other than cliff building from your main base, but over here there's an entrance to it and units could come over here and just fire down into the main base of each of the players. So all 4 players have an area that's possibly vulnerable to things like T2 artillery or sniper bots or T3 mobile artillery or even T2 PD to an extent. Like, it will kill things for you. So players do have to look out for that. We can see both sides are deciding to cliff build to get up to that area. The one thing that the matchmaker didn't do quite as great with is the placement of the players, because the higher rated players are... Oh, wait, no, never mind. It did really well, actually. The higher rated players are both on the western flank. Never mind. I, for some reason, thought this was the lower rated player for Team 2. Either way, we have an early bomber out for both sides. We do see the air scout coming by over here trying to just make sure that nothing happens to kill off the bomber before it drops its payload. We do see an engineer dying over on this flank from the bomber out from Rowie, and he might get a second bomb off onto these engineers right here trying to reclaim. I'm not sure how successful that'll be. He does encounter an interceptor, but it looks like he's having trouble with this terrain here, constantly going up and down. And that's a dead bomber. Over here on this side, we can see that this bomber has yet to nab any kills, but with very nice splits on his engineers, he only manages to lose 1 engineer for his troubles, so both sides losing exactly 1 engineer. And that is an interesting way to play out the early game. These bombers not being exceptionally effective. Of course, killing off an engineer is nice, but both of the engineers they killed off were already kind of just... They had other engineers to do their job, what I'll say. We can see another bomber out, of course, from Amygdala, killing off a unit, an engineer out of Rowie. And then going down. T1 bombers in this game are destined to kill just one thing and then die. Over here we can see a large group of units out from Dragoon 101, and he is starting to push towards Jonas, who has surprisingly not expanded quite that far yet. He his comm is... Where's his comm? Where's your commander? Oh, it's over here. It was trying to deal off with this stuff. He hasn't expanded quite as far as I thought he would. Both of these players not quite as aggressively sending out engineers to try and get all of these mexes. But on the other hand, of course, this is the counter argument. I mean, they can just build up a bunch of units and throw them down this area, and if you don't have the units, then you are going to lose that fight. Either way, we do have 4 factories over here constantly pumping out units, but he is kind of a little bit spread thin right now, so these could see some damage happening. Meanwhile, over on the eastern flank, we can see a bunch of units out from Amygdala and a fair number of units and the comm of Rowie coming towards this position. We can see some factories being thrown up by Amygdala's comm over here in the middle, trying to get some forward production up to bolster his position over here. And I'm hearing a bomber somewhere. We do have another bomber out from Rowie, and it is trying to kill off T1 spam. It looks like it killed off 2, maybe 3 units here. It killed 2. And we have another bomb falling, not quite killing off that tank, but definitely weakening it up a bit as Jonas 277 or 227 comes out here to try and deal with this with his comm. This little run by, probably not very long for this world considering there are bombers on it. The bomber will eventually kill it off. It might get 1 T1 mechs if it's lucky. We are seeing T2 mechs come out, and we are not quite seeing any T2 HQs yet, unless there's one in your base. Nope, we don't see anybody going for a T2 HQ from what I can see. And the little run by is going to get nothing done other than distracting units. from Rowie. It's very interesting. Oh, we have a large push. That group of T1 spam earlier either died, but this might be that same group. It's coming out here. It's trying to get a push over to that area I was talking about earlier. This very nice cliff overlooking your opponent's main base. We'll have to see how far this push goes. As we see, a few units have been spammed out here, but they're not going to do quite as much. We do have a T1 bomber that was trying to help deal with this, but it is going down. More T1 bomber on the way. Bomber is just trying to stop this from being a major issue. We do have an engineer over here reclaiming. This engineer's like, yeah, I know we're under attack, but I've got a job to do, goddammit. And here we can see the many units coming over to try and kill off this T1 factory. Of course, these are T1 units, so if we switch to Dragoon's view, you can see they don't have the range to even hit this other than artillery, but that's going to die to T1 bomberage. Lots of T1 bombers now, 4 to be exact, probably a 5th about to come out of the factory, as we have a little bit of an engagement happening over on this eastern flank. It does look like the advantage right now is for Dragoon, or not Dragoon, Amygdala. He is currently holding on to the unit spam lead, and he is getting Tech 2, I believe, on his comm, along with Jonas getting Tech 2 on his comm as well. And surprisingly, we can see Amygdala has claimed more territory than his mirror opponent, because these two are technically the mirrors. They are the same positions. He's managed to grab all of this area, getting a nice little economic lead. Why is that on reclaim? As we look at the total economies, though, we can see Amygdala is at about 47 mass a second, along where we have Jonas at 45 seconds. That sentence was butchered. 33 for Rowie and 19, between 19 and 20. No, it's just 19 for Dragon. Dragon quite behind on the eco game, and I'm wondering why. I didn't see anything massive happen on his flank. Maybe he's just currently upgrading some T2 mexes, or maybe he forgot to upgrade a T2 mex. You usually want one definitely before the 10-minute mark. Unless it's a 5x5 map, you kind of need it. We do have speed and range on the way, of course, for Rowie over here, and we have nothing else of great importance happening other than, of course, units kind of toying with the idea of killing each other in the middle. Let's go ahead and check again on how the tech up is going. We do have Tech 2 out for Jonas, who is throwing up some T2 PD, or T2 power gens. He has Tech 2 air. Interesting choice. I would probably have gone for land on this map, but still. Down here, we are not seeing any Tech 2 movement. I don't think. No, we do have a Tech 2 land HQ on the way for Dragoon, so he will be able to keep up in the tech game. We have Tech 2 land out from Amygdala, and do we have Tech 2 land? Yes, we do for Rowie. So all of the players in this game having Tech 2 of some variety. The only person not to get Tech 2 land, though, was Jonas. And we'll have to see how he plans to use that air advantage he's supposedly going to get, or assumedly going to get, as a bunch of units die to bombers over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units dying to T2 bombers, and even more, this constant bombing campaign out from Jonas after using that air factory to make a bunch of T1 bombers. We'll have to see if he tries to go for like a snipe of some form with T2 bombers. The Seraphim T2 bombers are very good at snipes. They have a lot of concentrated damage at one point. Of course, they are more microable than a Corsair, but if you just drop, they have the highest alpha damage. They just kind of, if all of their bombs land on the comm, it go boom. It go boom real fast. As we see a bunch of units out from Jonas over here being sandwiched in between the armies of Amygdala and Dragon, and he is apparently going to be pincering the army of Dragon, which is a nice little maneuver he has going on here, but he's going to have his pincered, so to speak. A lot of crabs going on around here. All of their pincers and claws. You can see many units fighting each other to the death. As Jonas runs for his life. And as that's happening, that has opened up Amygdala to a massive run by. Beware, because, oh my word. The Cybrans are invading. Everybody run. Everybody get away from the Cybrans. As an absolute wave of Cybrans just plows through towards the factories and the production line over here. They're probably going to get these. We do have a T1 PD on the way, but there's some hoplites here, and of course there's always going to be artillery, so I would assume this would go very well for Rowie, as we've seen so many units just shoving their way through the defenses of Amygdala. But they're running away? Why are they running away? What? You listen here. You get in there and you kill off those units. Yeah, there may be some T1 bombers, but you could definitely do to kill off these factories. That'll hurt his T1 production, but I guess he's trying not to get cut off by the army, which is now returning from Amygdala, trying not to be caught in a very bad situation where he loses all of his spam, but he's gonna lose his spam anyways. I think this was a bad call. I think I would have just kept on pushing. I mean, you're going to lose these units. These units are forfeit the second they get their run-by passed. That's kind of the point of a run-by. You forfeit those units to get some more damage done to your opponent's buildings. Either way, we can see some pillars coming in here. And they are going to be doing quite a little bit of damage. Very tanky, double-barreled tanks coming out to wreak havoc upon the enemy's Mantis numbers. And with that, Amygdala holds, only losing 2 T1 mexes. That was a very nice trade on his part. And as we look at the reclaim numbers, as we are now cresting the 14-minute mark, we can see that Jonas and Amygdala are the highest reclaiming players at 16,000 for Jonas and 25,000 for Amygdala. Rowie is at 7.4k and 10,000 for Dragon. And when we look back at the economy numbers, we can see that we have about 75 for Jonas, 51 for Rowie, Amygdala managing to get up to 80. And 19 still? Has he still not upgraded a Mex? Why? Just why? I don't understand this play. At this point, you have had time. There's no excuse for not having eco. This is a very weak strategy. Also, you didn't claim this mass extractor. There's not been any attacks. I don't get Dragon's strategy. Wait, no. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, everybody, so I introduced everybody as the wrong rating. Amygdala is the 1500, the 1000 rating is Dragon. God, why? I was right earlier whenever I said they didn't mirror it, because as you can see over here, the mirrored positions, this is a 1500, this is a 1500. Whereas over here you can, or this is a 1500, this is a 1400. So I guess it is a very accurate system. I don't know. It's still well balanced, but Dragon, if you're watching this, my friend, you need to upgrade mexes at some point. 19 mass a second isn't going to cut it here. It says 52. Why does it say 52? Is he always reclaiming? He's always reclaiming. Like, admittedly, he is doing killer at the reclaim game, but he's running out of reclaim. Like, legitimately, he's running out of ways to keep his economy flowing. At least upgrade this mass extractor. It has so much adjacency. Okay, I don't know why I'm freaking out about this. Apparently, I have all of the ratings wrong in my head. Either way, Amygdala over here pushing out yet again, trying to get some more damage done. There are, of course, Volthu gunships out. Those are very dangerous, at least when they're not just sitting on the ground doing nothing. And we see the comm of Jonas pushing out towards the spam. He has gotten a lot of upgrades on that comm. It's a very threatening comm. He has nano repair T2 and a gun. Whereas over here on the western flank, we're not seeing quite as much movement going on. Amygdala sending out an engineer to grab those T1 mexes he lost earlier. Are we seeing anything? Oh, we have T3 land out from Jonas. He has rushed T3 land, and he is kind of paying for it. He does not have the spam anymore to keep up with this. We are seeing some pillar tanks out from Dragon over here, and it looks like Dragon has a small window of opportunity to possibly push over here. And we can also see some units out from Amygdala trying to push through the middle over here. And it's looking quite dangerous. And now we have T3 on the way for Rowie. I don't know if they're in voice comms, but they're both deciding to go T3 right now. Are we seeing T3 coming out from any of the other players? This HQ is staying T2. This HQ, even if it went T3, wouldn't have the mass behind it to build. So we are seeing some interesting situations arise. We're seeing a lot more spam and a lot more units out for Team 2, and they are managing to get quite a bit of damage done. I think that was a T2 mech that just went down. Yes, that was a T2 mech that just went down, and there's another mech right here that's T2. It's going to be going down to these pillars, supported by that parashield. There are Volthus out, but those aren't going to do anything. There's more T2 mechs back here. Is this traversable terrain? It very much so looks like it. So this area is probably going to be under siege here soon. They're going to be losing a lot of economy, and that's very bad because some of these T2 mass extractors that are going down do belong to Jonas, who's trying to produce Othams at a very quick pace. He has 2 out on the field, 3 make that 4 out on the field, but that is not going to do him anything if he loses his economy behind it. As we see a bunch of units out from Dragon coming through here to the middle, they're going to be killing off mass extractors and point defense, and they're going to be making their way towards that T3 HQ. He needs to get his Othams back in range. He needs them right here to protect against this push. They do manage to get back. It'd be nice to target down that parashield, but then again, the parashield's going to go down very quickly. And that is a lot of damage going into one Otham, but that's not enough. That Otham is still alive. They have so much DPS with those little cannons on top of their tank treads. And you can see that these units just constantly going to be going down to these tank fire. And they are targeting the HQ, but he has a lot of engineers here. All it takes is a quick repair command or a unit finishing. And as you can see, the repairs are underway. It's gaining health back at an astounding rate. And now we can see this attack has fizzled out. This attack is not doing anything, and there's enough Othams to hold. Of course, these T2 units that are up here are going to be causing a lot of troubles for Rowie. But no, don't pull them back. Just push them forward. You can get more damage done. Now you need damage done. You need to buy space for you to get T3. Like yesterday, you need T3. I know you may like your T2 tanks, but T3 is the way to go. You can't just stay out teched for a very long time and expect to win. We see both the comms of Rowie and Jonas over here. They don't have very much protection compared to the area over here with all the Othams that are now pushing forward. We do have a T2 mobile missile launcher out here, a Flapjack, and it is firing shots into that T3 HQ, but that's not going to do anything as there is a TMD already up. We're seeing a lot of units and a few gunships being brought out over here from Amygdala. Is he going to try and go for the snipe using these gunships on that? I don't think it's going to quite work. There's so many interceptors out on the field for Jonas. And over here we can see a little bit of an assault starting, but it's not going to get anywhere. T3 is of course finished for Rowie, and he's starting to get out bricks. And that is very dangerous. We can see all of these Othams are now here in the middle. They're getting shot up by some Stinger gunships, but those are going to take an exceptional amount of time to kill this off. Tons of T1 engineers just rolling their way to their own demise. Oh my word, so many dead T1 engineers. That's a lot of dead build power, which might actually be a helpful thing considering Dragoon is still on 31 mass a second. This is a very bad situation for him, and he's moving his comm forward. I don't get the reasoning behind this. Right now, T1 PD are your friend. But, of course, maybe he's just trying to get an advantage. Maybe he's trying to sandwich these between the two T2 armies. But, honestly, these tanks have so much DPS and so much health, I don't think they care if you come at them with T2 units. The Otham is very powerful. It has a ton of DPS. Of course, that DPS is a little bit hindered by how low the side cannons sit on these tanks. The side cannons on the Othams are a little bit of a disappointment. Any amount of terrain kills them. And Dragoon just goes down. He just walks into these units and dies. With our first ejection at the 21-minute mark, we have to see if they can come up with a way to stop this onslaught of T3 units. They don't seemingly have any way to deal with it, as there's a giant air battle going on over here. I don't quite know why, but it does look like Team 1's going to be coming out on top on that. After a promising early game from T2, these Otham tanks have just swayed the entire way this match has been going. They're now going to be pushing towards the former main base of Dragon, and Amygdala is going to have to attempt to defend this on his own. He does have some T1 bombers. I mean, at this point, send them. At this point, send them. Send those T1 bombers. Send the transport. Send everything. Just try and save it. We still don't have T3 land out for Amygdala. Oh wait, we do. I was looking at the wrong one. We do have T3 land out. And he's trying to make some Percivals in time to maybe transport them over to save this base, but there's just more Othams constantly pouring out of the base of Jonas. And not to mention that over here on the eastern flank, not at quite the same pace, but we do have a ton of bricks just being built. Of course, Jonas assisting his Otham production quite heavily, whereas not the same assistance going over to Rowie's production of bricks. We can see these bricks along with some Vipers just causing massive issue, and the Othams have officially reached the main base, and they are starting to just take chunks out of everything here. And this base is going to be no more very soon. It's actually, surprisingly, 1,000 IQ play out of Dragon. If he knew he was going to die, it was definitely the time to make sure he did not have a lot of economy. Since he didn't have a lot of economy, his ally isn't really losing much. He only had 2 T2 mexes from what I counted. It might have been more. Oh no, never mind. He had a bunch of T2 mexes over here. Maybe 2 of them, maybe 4. I don't know if he took all of those. Either way, these Othams are just plowing their way through all of the base of Dragon and now Amygdala, causing so many issues as we have bricks in the center that can probably just take this position at this point, and it does look like that command might be given very soon, and they have the power to just push into this and win. We have a Stinger over here being killed off by T1 Mobile AA, but it is going to get some damage down onto Othams while it's alive. And we have some bricks being dropped off to try and deal with the Othams, or not bricks, some Percivals being dropped off to deal with the Othams, but the Percivals are outnumbered by the number of Othams. Of course, they do have that wild alpha damage. 3 Percies might just be enough to one-shot an Otham, but they have that huge reload time. I think with enough micro, they might be able to hold out against 6 or maybe 7 Othams, but they would probably die by the 8th or 9th. Percivals are very strong. I might be wrong on that. Maybe Othams are much better than I give them credit for, but I've never thought of them as very good in these up-top melee fights with other T3 units. They're just very nice at dealing with things like experimentals or being a spearhead to your assault with a chicken. Oh, a chicken behind Othams is brutal. We do have bricks starting to push forward onto this this fire base from Amygdala. For some reason I thought it was Dragons for a bit. And they are pushing forward, but they're also going to be falling back as T2 units start firing upon them. He's trying to use Vipers to kill all of this off, And he's managed to kill off the shield generator, so this area is much weaker now. A shield generator has been queued up and is starting to build again, but I would guess that Amygdala is probably having... No, he's not having issues with mass. He still has a very decent economy. And over here on this western flank, we're seeing another push coming out from Amygdala, and it's going to be returned to in kind with more Autumns out from Jonas. He's trying to get a beachhead set up here, trying to take over the main base of Dragon, or Dragon's former main base. Over here we can see these bricks are probably going to buy enough time for these Vipers to kill off what's left of this, and it does look like they've been given an order to attack. Meanwhile, if we look at the total reclaim, we can see that Jonas and Amygdala are in the leads at 37 and 48,000 and 23,000 for Rowie. And we can also see that overall economy, it does look like Jonas has even pulled ahead of Amygdala possibly. And he has, despite the extra economy coming to him from his ally. It wasn't a lot of extra economy, but it was there. And we can see over here there are bricks assaulting this forward production facility. And there's only one Percival here to help, and there's 6 bricks. So I don't know about you, but I take the odds of the 6 bricks over the 1 Percival any day of the week. That parashield's going to allow that Percival to get off. No, it wasn't even able to get off another shot. And with that, this forward production facility, which does have a T3 factory, is going to go down. And that is brutal. Amygdala putting out the OK GG in chat. Is this going to be a Control K? I'll look at the comm for a few seconds just to make sure. Too much suicide. It kind of feels like a Control K, and there it is. With that at the 26-minute mark, almost 27-minute mark, it'll actually pass over to 27 minutes before the game stops. The game is over with a Control K, and Team 1 has pulled out a victory for themselves. Thank you all for watching. You've been beautiful. I will see you in the next one. If you liked, give it a like. I don't remember if I did it in the beginning, but thank you to my patron, Timothy Calderwood. And if you want to see more, subscribe. If you disliked it, dislike it. Check out the Discord. That's the best place to submit replays to me. I look at every replay submitted to me, and I generally give a little bit of feedback on why I did or did not pass it. So, yeah, thank you all for joining me. Bye-bye.